quickest 5 minutes of my life. Here we are, we're back again. You're watching the STPL. We're about to go into Game 4 between Red and NaS. And we just saw Cryok take out Eon Zerg in a nail-biting third game. And we're going to head into our fourth game of the series. Now, if you saw the thread, there's a little bit of a change to the schedule. Unfortunately, Red last and... who was he meant to be playing against? I can't remember. NaS's Beast. Both of them were unfortunately unable to play, so they both substituted. So we do have a game. It's the fourth game, of course. There's going to be two different players. But let's have a look at who they're going to be. And Red Blue Green's name is too long. Damn. But okay. Let's head on over to the overlay and let's introduce our next two players. Okay, so on the left-hand side of your screen, we do have the Protoss player fighting for NaS. It's going to be battousai. Now, battousai did a very good job for his team in round 1. He played a lot of games for them. 4. He did win 1, lose 3, unfortunately. But he did put in a good showing. Did make sure to show for 4 of 6 of their games. Round 1, they didn't do as well in the STPL. Round 2, they're doing a much better job here. In round 2, of course, they're a few games away from possibly making it into the playoffs. But the team going to be there stopping him. The man sitting on match point here for Red, looking to take them into the playoffs right now, is going to be REDBLUEGREEN. Now, REDBLUEGREEN, a little bit of a lesser known Terran, but a really, really cool guy nonetheless. When I first got his name, I thought his name was Blue-Green. But REDBLUEGREEN is his full name, so he is REDBLUEGREEN. And now last round he did go 0 for 1, and this round he's 0 for 1 as well. We do have battousai 1-2 down against Terran, but he did play against some incredibly good players in round 1. And in round 2 he's up against a strong opponent here again. As we move on to Flight-Dreamliner. Now, Flight-Dreamliner did come from the Korean Air on-game net Starlink Season 2 in 2010. We've had 2 PBTs here so far, 1 for 1. Of course, as you can see, the map is shaped like a plane. Island base in the 10 o'clock and 5 o'clock position. Mineral base in the 2 o'clock and 7 o'clock. And the spawns in 3 and 6. Now the main's very close by air, very good for dropship play from the Terran, very good for shuttle play from the Protoss players. Now let's move on to the game and let's see how our fourth game of the evening is going to look. Oh, RBG, okay. You know what, RBG would actually be a little bit better. Okay, so let's head on over to the game and let's get started with our fourth and possibly final game of this epic series between NaS and Red. It's going to be battousai fighting for Red, or for NaS even, and REDBLUEGREEN RBG fighting for Red. So let's head on over to the game and let's get started. And speaking of getting started here in the 3 o'clock position, gonna have to win this game if he does want to take it to the ace match. It's gonna be our brown Protoss fighting for NaS. It's battousai. And starting down here in the 6 o'clock position is his opponent fighting on match point here. This game will secure, if they win, their place in the round 2 playoffs. Now, of course, they didn't make it in the round 1 playoffs, but here they are at the top of the STPL. The highest amount of wins, lowest amount of losses in round 2. They haven't actually lost so far. And let's see if they can keep that clean streak and go 6-0 to finish off Group A in round 2, showing themselves as a very strong team. It's RBG fighting for Red. Oh, you know what? I didn't upgrade the sword, did I? Okay, let me just fix that. By the power of technology, It's very quick for me to fix, so don't worry. I'll fix it now. I had a 5-minute break and I still forgot things. You know, that's just how we roll. There we go. By the power of technology, we are back. Now let's see what builds we're going to see from our players. We see RBG going for a very quick wall-off against his Protoss opponent here. He's on match point. He wants to win this game for his team. And is he going to be able to do it? We see a very quick gas from him as well. Well, it's not very quick. It's going for a normal gas, but does manage to get it up before the Protoss probe gets in there to take that gas. And meanwhile, battousai is going to be going for a Cybernex core. Now, after that last game, I'm not sure how we can possibly follow that up. That was probably one of the most tense games I have ever had the pleasure of casting. And I've casted, just for the STPL this time, over 200 and... wait. It was over 240 games, maybe 260. That was obviously not including week 6 and not including week 7. So it's going to be around, I would say, about 500 games worth of casting. Luckily I've had my good friend Rapid joining me for a lot of them. Cadenzi joined me for some as well. And I'm certain, I mean, there's been a lot of people asking to cast with me, but I've kind of got my thing going on, and it's not that I don't want to cast with anyone else. I just really enjoy casting with Rapid, so hopefully Rapid will be back soon to play, to cast again. But obviously I'm fine solo casting for now, and we're going to see this probe staying alive as long as humanly possible, just being as annoying as possible as well, getting as much scouting information as he can. Now Red Blue Green RBG is actually mining 4 guys on gas. And he's not pulling out. Now, is he going to go for some weird kind of 2 factory here? The second factory, of course, very late, but the probe has gone down. I mean, the tank is going up. He's going to have enough gas, definitely, for his siege mode, but a little bit redundant, a little bit wasteful. But here we go, RBG is sending his SCV into a very weird scouting path. Now, he's not actually seen what battousai is doing, so this doesn't necessarily have to be for a... it doesn't necessarily have to be for a proxy, but this is certainly a weird place to leave an SCV. Now, of course, we do have the first Dragoon coming over here. Is going to be forced away by the tank. Really nice usage of that wall. Good positioning of the tank as well. And battousai is no longer going to get any additional information. Now, we've actually got a command center going up behind the, well, in front of the mineral line in the main. So, RBG playing this a little bit funky. He's not playing super standard. Now, this isn't a super standard map. But of course, this has been around for 7 weeks now in the STPL. In case you don't know, the map pool changes every single round. So the round 3 map pool, if I can remember it from the top of my head, the 2-player maps we have are Sin Peaks of Baekdu, which is from 2006, I believe, or 2007. We then have Benzene from the 2010 Pro League. The 3-player maps are going to be Athena 2 and Plasma. And then the 4-player maps are going to be Icarus, Neo Ground Zero, Colosseum 2, and Katrina SE. So a big variety of maps throughout the SCPL. And I'm looking forward to seeing how the map's going to change the meta in the SCPL as well. We've seen a lot of changes throughout round 1 and round 2. We've seen a lot of additions to teams as well. Obviously, teams like Red and NaS have been in since the very beginning. We had a few new teams coming in round 2, like Bull and Media. And 9th team as well. They were a sort of amalgamation of 2 of the previous teams, though. So we've seen a lot of new playstyles, a lot of new players coming in. Unfortunately, for now, there's not going to be Winners League, just because it does make it a little bit harder for our 2 Korean teams, Seoul and NaS. Seoul, of course, topping Group B at the moment. NaS, Seoul and White even and White in second place currently. This game is going to decide whether or not both these teams are going to go through, if they are going to be able to overtake NaS, or if Red is just going to go with absolute victory and knock NaS down at the very last second. And there we go. Looks like battousai going to be looking to take a very quick third. He's going for that gas base. As I did explain before, the other, the top right bases are mineral only, not too good for Protoss to take that early. They do need those zealots later on in the gateways, but when you need to take a gas, this is the base you want to go to. He is going for Citadel, going to go for that zealot leg speed, and we're going to see RBG heading up to his third factory. It's nice to see Last in chat appreciating my love of the quirky maps. But nice scan there by Red Blue Green. Actually going to take down the first observer, or the second observer, by battousai. And that's actually a pretty big deal. It's going to force him to build another one. He still doesn't have this extra gas base, so his economy isn't that great right now. He doesn't have his second gas up, and he's not really putting on any pressure. Now, he is going to build a pylon over here to actually block the third base from Terran, but RBG is pretty safe right now. It's going to be very hard for our Protoss player to really do anything. We have +1 attack coming up here on the armory. Going to see the 5th factory coming in. Meanwhile, battousai is going up to his 5th gateway. Still no 3rd nexus, but I think that's what this probe is going to go there for. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the minerals for that yet. He spent a lot of extra minerals on this gateway, and obviously pumping zealots out of 4 gateways. 4 rounds of zealots is a nexus, so he's going to have to cut that for just a little bit if he does want to keep those up. Dead Mal 5. And say hello to my wonderful friends in chat. But still, we're in the middle of a series, so unfortunately we're not going anywhere. But still, it's been a great series so far. We're currently 2-1 for Red. This is going to be their match point. And they do want me to play Rocket League, because I am very bad at Rocket League. Let's just say I get... Okay, if you guys have seen me ladder stream in Brood War, you know how tilted I get. I get worse at Rocket League. Rocket League tilts me more than any other game. I just play like garbage, but you know what? To keep it in this form of a good, fun, clean game of Brood War, let's keep an eye on what's going on. So Vulture's moving around now, trying to see if there is an extra nexus up here. Gonna find the probe, gonna block it with mines as well. Interestingly, it doesn't manage to kill the probe, but he is going to scout the extra bases. Just want to make sure he doesn't miss anything. But RBG finally looking forward to pushing forward onto the map now. He's got a lot of tanks. He does have +1 attack. So this is a little bit of a timing for him. He's not going for an extra upgrade on his armory. He's sticking to 2 bases for now. No 3rd base as of yet, but here we go. Is battousai going to have the units to break through this? If battousai cannot stop this attack, Red will be going through to the playoffs. And NaS will not. This is all on battousai now. Is he going to be able to hold on? Nice mine connections on the zealots. And I think RBG may just have too many units here. This is so many tanks. His tank count is insane. And is this going to be enough? battousai's army has been decimated. He doesn't have the gateway count. He doesn't have enough back at home. GG! And Red Blue Green is going to finish off our series here with a 3-1 victory to Red. No ace match here today. But what a great series it's been. But an amazing, amazing set by them. Let's actually just quickly report that game. Of course, that was a quite long series, so I'm actually going to leave Soul vs Ash for Friday, just because that way I've got 2 series to cast on Friday, which is always better as well, because more people are usually around for that. But let's update all the results, let's get everything ready, and let's show the final the final rankings for Group A. This was the final Group A game, so let's quickly add the win for him, and let's go for the win for Red. And let's quickly move on over to see how that's affected everything in the STPL, and let's see who is going to be our playoff teams in the next round. So let's head on over and let's take a look. And I didn't press the button. Here we go. Okay, so as you can see, Terra with that early win against Eriador took NaS 1-0 up. Dragon, unfortunately, falling behind after that to Ku. Cryok with the insane win against Dion Zerg. And Red Blue Green with a fantastic push against battousai, taking Red to the 3-1 victory. Now, one thing I completely forgot to press is the button to update this, so 1 second. Yeah, I'm just going to make sure that's updated. Yes, it has. Okay, so let's head back on over to the overlay again. And let's look at the final results for Group A. We have in first place with a clean sweep over all of their opponents. A fantastic run by them on SUO round 2. And a very strong team heading into the playoffs. It's going to be Red. 6-0 up against their opponents. 19 for 6 with a +13 win-loss difference on player games. But what a great job by them. They're going to be going out of the group first. And they're going to be playing against NetWars in the playoffs this round. That'll be in 2 weeks' time, so not this Sunday, the weekend after. But in second place we have White Clan with a 5-1, +11 for them. And this loss from NaS does cost them in the final hour their place in the playoffs, unfortunately. But NaS did a great job up until now. 4 for 2, 16 for 10, and a very good improvement by them over round 1. And they are going to be a very strong team heading into round 2. Round 3 even, we've just had round 2. DM in 4th place with 3 for 3. Psystorm 2 for 4 in 5th. Media in 6th with 1 for 5. And then unfortunately, Bull, despite having a strong team, haven't had the games so far in the STPL. They're going to go out 7th in Group A. And just have a quick look at the top 2 teams. You know what, I'm not going to show off Group B because we know who it is. It's going to be Seoul versus White Clan for the playoff semi-finals, and Red versus NetWars. They're going to be some incredible series. They are going to be in 2 weeks. That's when the casts are going to be, well, that's when they're going to be played. The casts will be the week after. But in the meantime, there is something coming for you STPL-wise. There are going to be some show matches on the round 3 maps. So I'm going to post a link to the thread in the chat just so you can have a look at what the maps are going to be and what the games are going to be. I'm going to post the lineups to these before I go to bed. But basically, we're going to have a very interesting set of players. It's going to be, I actually need to look. But the map pool: Coliseum 2, Katrina, SE, Icarus, Neo Ground 0, Plasma, Athena 2, Sin Peaks of Baekdu, and Benzene as the 8th map. That is the official round 3 map pool, so you'll be seeing a lot of those maps over the coming months as we work our way through. Now, the teams participating in this show match series are going to be, let me just bring myself up on the screen again. Yeah, they're going to be IRK, DM, 9th, Psy, Media, all teams you know, and 3 additional teams that have joined for round 3. It's going to be BWL, MSJ, and VT. Valhalla, I'm not sure what MSJ's full name is, I just remember getting cheesed by the players a lot on ladder back in the day. And BWL Brood War Life. So that should be a lot of fun. First week is going to be IRK versus VT, DM versus MSJ, Media versus BWL, and then Psy versus 9th team. And then week 2 is going to be IRK versus Media, MSJ versus 9th, BWL versus Val, and DM versus Psy. Now, these games do not add to the final stats of the actual teams. but any games will of course be counted towards the player wins and whatnot, as it is more a database of their wins and losses. The player the player the player wins and losses don't matter too much. Of course, this won't count towards the round 3 totals. This is some show matches, but they should be some very good matches. They're going to be played on Sunday. Week 1 will be casted over the course of the next week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'll be back once again on Friday with the STPL. So please do tune in again if you want to. If you want to hit follow, please do feel... yeah, please do. And please watch again. Obviously, without your support, this wouldn't be possible. The prize pool currently at $1,200. Thank you to everyone who obviously saw, everyone who followed today. If you do feel like subbing, please feel free. But I know with the Twitch Prime changes, that's a little bit awkward now. But either way, let's head off for the evening. Have a very good night, all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. And I'll be back on Friday, 9 p.m. CEST, same time, same place, with Soul versus Ash. And actually, I had this loaded. Let's quickly bring that up. It's going to be Soul versus Ash and IRK versus 9th team. So see you guys then. Have a good night.